Most people don't lose love because they stop caring. They lose it because they give too much of themselves to someone who was never ready to receive it. And nobody warns you when this is happening. No alarm goes off. No dramatic goodbye. Just a quiet shift. Texts slow down, energy changes, and suddenly you're wondering what you did wrong. But what if the problem was never your worth, only the rules you were playing by? In the next few minutes, you'll hear truths about love most people learn only after heartbreak. Stay with me until the end, because one rule could change the way you're loved forever. Comment your location and tell me where you're watching from. Subscribe to the channel for deeper conversations about love, attraction, and emotional power. Most people believe attraction is created by intensity, by how deeply you feel, how fast you respond, how much you're willing to give. But psychologically, attraction works in the opposite direction. What draws people in is not emotional overflow, but emotional regulation. When someone feels that you are centered, calm, and steady within yourself, they experience you as safe and powerful at the same time. That combination is rare, and the human mind is wired to move toward what feels rare. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing feelings or pretending not to care. It means you are aware of your emotions without being ruled by them. You don't let anxiety dictate your behavior. You don't rush to fill silence, explain yourself unnecessarily, or seek reassurance the moment uncertainty appears. When you can sit comfortably with not knowing, you communicate confidence without saying a word, and confidence at its core is emotional self-trust. Think about it. When someone reacts emotionally to every shift in attention, it creates pressure. Pressure makes people pull away. But when someone remains steady, even when things feel unclear, it creates space. And space is where attraction breathes. The regulated person becomes the emotional anchor in the interaction. Others begin to orient themselves around that calm presence, often without understanding why. There's also a deeper philosophical layer here. Emotional regulation signals self-respect. It tells the other person, my emotional world is valuable, and I handle it with care. That message is powerful because humans unconsciously mirror what we model. When you respect your emotional boundaries, others are more likely to respect them too. When you abandon your emotional center to keep someone close, you teach them that your needs are flexible, negotiable, optional. Many people confuse vulnerability with emotional exposure. True vulnerability is not emotional flooding, it's emotional honesty paired with restraint. It's saying what's true without needing a specific reaction in return. It's expressing interest without attachment to outcome. That balance creates attraction because it removes emotional debt from the interaction. Nothing is being demanded, yet everything is being felt. Psychologically, the person who regulates their emotions controls the emotional tempo of the relationship. They're not cold, but they're not reactive. They don't escalate chaos, and they don't chase stability. This makes them emotionally magnetic. People feel more themselves around them. And when someone feels emotionally safe with you, desire often follows. If there's one thing to understand here, it's this: attraction isn't pulled by force, it's invited by presence. The more grounded you are in yourself, the less you need to convince anyone to stay. Emotional regulation is not about holding back love, it's about holding yourself. And when you do that consistently, the right people don't drift away. They lean in. There's a quiet misunderstanding about mystery that causes many people to sabotage attraction without realizing it. Mystery is often confused with silence, emotional distance, or playing hard to get. But psychologically, real mystery has nothing to do with withholding presence. It has everything to do with selective revelation. Attraction doesn't grow because someone disappears, it grows because there is more to discover. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, your fears, your history, your expectations, you collapse the timeline of connection. The mind loves progression. It wants to move forward, not arrive instantly. Mystery keeps the emotional journey alive because it creates anticipation. Each interaction becomes an invitation, not a conclusion. And anticipation is one of the strongest emotional drivers of desire. Selective revelation is not manipulation, it's self awareness. It means understanding that intimacy is built through rhythm, not release. You don't deliver your entire emotional biography in one chapter, you allow trust to earn access. When information is revealed gradually, it carries weight. It signals that your inner world has value and structure, not urgency. There's also a philosophical layer here that's often overlooked. When you overshare too soon, you're not being open. You're often trying to secure certainty. You're attempting to lock the connection into place by removing the unknown. But certainty kills curiosity. And without curiosity, attraction becomes transactional. Mystery, on the other hand, keeps the relationship dynamic because it preserves the unknown without creating fear. Notice how people lean in when they feel there's more beneath the surface. Not because you're evasive, but because you're intentional. You respond, you engage, you show interest, but you don't narrate every thought or emotion as it happens. You allow silence to do some of the emotional work. You allow pauses to create meaning. That space invites imagination, and imagination deepens emotional investment. Psychologically, mystery activates the mind's need to resolve incomplete patterns. When someone senses there's depth they haven't fully accessed yet, they stay engaged. They think about you longer. They feel you more strongly. This isn't because you're hidden, it's because you're unfolding. And unfolding creates momentum. True connection is not built on instant transparency, it's built on earned access. When someone feels they are discovering you rather than consuming you, attraction strengthens naturally. You're not trying to impress. You're allowing presence to speak for itself. And presence, when paired with restraint, is powerful. Here's the reflection to carry forward: don't rush to be understood. Be willing to be known over time. When you respect the pacing of your inner world, you give attraction room to grow. Mystery isn't about being unavailable. It's about being intentional. And when you honor that, the right people won't feel confused. They'll feel drawn. One of the most misunderstood dynamics in attraction is the difference between being chosen and being chased. Chasing often feels romantic in the beginning because it's fueled by urgency and hope. But psychologically, it places you in a position of emotional pursuit where your value becomes tied to whether someone responds, reciprocates, or stays. Choosing, on the other hand, comes from self-definition. It's the quiet confidence of knowing what aligns with you and acting from that place. When someone feels chased, they sense pressure. Even if it's subtle, pressure triggers resistance. The human nervous system instinctively pulls away from what feels demanding. But when someone feels chosen, they experience something very different. They feel seen, respected, and intentionally valued. That distinction matters because desire grows where there is freedom, not obligation. Choosing doesn't mean withholding affection or playing games. It means engaging without self-abandonment. It means you express interest, but you don't overextend to secure a specific outcome. You don't shrink your standards to maintain connection. Psychologically, this signals abundance. You're not operating from fear of loss, you're operating from alignment. There's also a deeper philosophical truth here. When you chase, you place the other person in the position of authority over your emotional state. Your mood, your confidence, even your sense of worth begins to depend on their behavior. Choosing reverses that dynamic. You remain responsible for your emotional center. You observe how someone shows up, and you decide, consciously, whether that presence fits into your life. People are drawn to those who have boundaries because boundaries communicate self-respect. When someone realizes your attention is not automatic, not guaranteed, but offered intentionally, it changes how they relate to you. Respect and desire begin to coexist, and that combination is powerful. It's what turns attraction into something sustainable rather than reactive. Choosing also creates clarity. You're not guessing where you stand, and you're not trying to earn affection through effort alone. You allow actions to speak louder than promises. This doesn't push people away, it filters them. Those who are aligned lean in, those who aren't fall away without drama. Here's the reflection to leave with. Attraction isn't about convincing someone to want you. It's about standing in your worth so clearly that your presence becomes a choice others feel honored to receive. When you stop chasing and start choosing, love stops feeling like pursuit and starts feeling like alignment.